pizza warmer.
Oh, he used it to keep the pizza warm. I think this is probably safe from being eaten by anybody, but I'm going to take this. And that one is too difficult for me to chew it. Like stone. He describes the famous scene between his father and a rival mob boss. The rival mob boss had someone in his family, in the other family, in the Bonanno family, killed, and the father, Salvatore Bonanno, found out who did it, and he started hunting for the guy. So the other mob boss sees him. Oh, what are you doing out there? He sees him. What are you, rabbit hunting? Out there rabbit hunting. So what happens is, he finds out where the guy killed his uncle. I was waiting until we were halfway in the car. I was going to say something.
I was waiting the whole time to see who was going to do it.
They're in a little fucking bar. Salvatore Bonanno walks in. He's got his, his double-barrel shotgun. He hangs it on the wall, his hat up. And, he says, I'm looking for a man who's missing a couple fingers like this. And you see the guy put his hand on the table because he's the killer. And then he starts to look at the guy. The guy knows. He knows. And in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden, Bonanno reaches by, grabs a shotgun, blows the guy's head off. And he's holding it like this in front of the other mob boss sitting here. Look carefully. Giuseppe, I think his name is something like that. Salvatore Bonanno's hands do not shake. He goes. Just murdered the fucking guy right there. That was the life over there. Blood feuds and everything else, and constant violence. You killed my great so-and-so, now I'm going to kill your little whatever. And, hi, Mike.
All right, boys, till a couple of weeks, I guess.
Yep, couple weeks.
Oh, Scott, next.
Maybe sooner because that car, who knows what's going to happen. Gonna get $300 fucking, what do you call it?
Had another free sandwich.
Yeah.
So stupid.
We got home, we woke up hungry.
He was up here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yeah. It means you're gonna have to eat it tonight, that's all. Before bed snack. Good night, Mike. Yep. $174,669.
And an engine light. Be the cheap one, it's got to be the
Of course, that's the way it always is.
Yeah. Got the downtake and the uptake, and it's got to be the uptake one. Or
You slip in the art gallery. Do you really think you're going to crash into the $10 painting or the $10 million painting?
Yeah.
there'll be a follow-up to the Chappie thing.
Well, the one girl ain't dead. Well, her body is dead.
No, I mean by the whole thing. And now you notice that he was uploading the consciousness program, whatever it was, to every computer in the fucking world. So something going to come from that.
You know, like I said, the one girl is dead, but or is she
Actually,
just-
he activated the factory and started making more Chappies. And probably every other fully automated factory out there.
Do we have a DUI? Did he hit the pole?
I don't know what he did, but don't look too good. Yeah, he's off the fucking road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's drunk. He definitely bombed. Anybody park like that vehicle's about to roll over.
Oh yeah. Well, he ran off the road and he's drunk.
Yep. Now he's arrested.
I wonder how much we missed that by.
Oh, not more than probably a few seconds. They were just getting him out of the car. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
That would be Mike's
No,
neighbors
I-
across the street, obviously.
I haven't been drinking.
This officer.
So, just maybe a little, tiny.
Guy, I can't. A Nova. That was it. Chevy Nova. It was the last of the Novas. What was the 78 or 77?
79 actually.
Yeah, it was square.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you had and so the car must have been about 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. And you know, one of my rides, you know, back in the day, on our way back, and we were in Delaware, and he's like, ah, shit, and, you know, he's speeding, and pulled over. License, registration, whatever. Probably within a few seconds, like that, he comes, it's okay. And he said, today's your lucky day. And he says, watch your speed, don't speed anymore. And that was it. He got in the car and he hit the lights and left. I was like, damn, you got lucky.
Somebody tripped the burglar alarm at just the right time.
It was mess cook. Don't remember his name. How old would Eisenhower's kid be now?
Oh God, he would have to be 80s, 90s. Yeah, he would have been born before World War II.
You know, because when he came down to the ship, he was, I remember.
Well, you gotta remember, Eisenhower was an elderly man when he was president. And he died in 1969 at advanced age. So his children would have been born, presumably, when he was in his 20s. And that would have been probably in the 20s. Or earlier. So yeah, he'd been pretty old.
He was also in the late 80s, so.
Yeah.
Came down for, I think, some anniversary or something.
Yeah, President Eisenhower was not asleep at the switch. Although he wanted the world to think he was. Particularly the Russians.
I saw him with a hat and a little scarf under his neck and golf outfit. I remember seeing those photos.
Although I'm sure anybody that knew him during the war would never have fallen for that. But it actually became an issue in public. You know, they thought Eisenhower was soft on the Russians. He wasn't doing anything. He's just, you know, kind of letting his underlings run things, and while he just sits there and plays golf and has heart attacks and whatever else he does. But no, he was definitely the guiding and directing force behind all of it. Once locked away behind closed doors, that's when the nice little hat came off and the soldier's uniform went back on, and he said, okay, get the fuck over there and start a goddamn revolution and kick those commie red bastards out of that country, and then go down there and, you know, so on and so forth.
Wow, bright night out. Yep. It's everything, man.
Same game Putin plays. You know, you see him over there wrestling bears and clowning around, visiting factories and flirting with girls, all that other shit.
We don't know where he came from.
But he is a KGB colonel.
Hard ass.
Yes, you do not get to be a KGB colonel under the communist system without being one hard motherfucker. That's true. This is a guy that, you know, would have roasted his own mother. One tough son of a bitch, so. He wasn't Lavrenti Beria, but he was still a tough guy. Another one of nature's little creatures.
You nasty skunk. Oh. Had a real short ride for a drop off today and a pickup tomorrow. Well, Saturday and then a Sunday. for one lady. Usually she goes on a Thursday or a Friday, and I get her on a Sunday evening. This time it was 12 o'clock today, and I pick up tomorrow at 4. New Rochelle. Short little. Usually she's down there for 2 or 3 days at least, or the snowstorm, or the weekend, or. Weather permitting, there's a possible trip to Cleveland, Ohio again, and not necessarily not Detroit, but outside of Detroit, depending on which way things go here. I'm like, well, as long as the weather's decent, even she knows not to go in a snowstorm. So, well, if we gotta go, we gotta go. How long do you think it'll take to fix all the pipes in Flint, Michigan?
I doubt they'll ever get them fixed.
red tape or not.
Who the hell's going to pay? They got no money, they're broke. The city is already half dead.
They say they got some pipes that are over 120 years old going to some.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Every major city that's old enough has that, even New York. They've been making. Flint's been an industrial center for a long time. Until the last 30 years they started dying. Just like Detroit. The American auto industry shifted its factories to other people's countries, other parts of this country. And they were the ones that provided the money for those areas. It was all paid for by the automobile.
Saw no shit like that in my life. All these cars driving around, no headlights.
Yeah, well, they don't have safety inspection.
Until you said something, I'm looking around. What the fuck? I was like, what? And then all of a sudden, it was just one car here or there, with mufflers hanging and all kinds of shit. Guess if it goes down the road, it goes down the road.
Oh yeah.
Saw the burnt out neighborhoods.
Yep. Well,
cops go around in packs of 4.
Yeah. The situation's becoming increasingly desperate out there.
Turn the freaking news on, and it wasn't like our news. Guess what the news was? Well, Detroit Lions here, whatever local Detroit team, blah, blah, blah. Here's your weather. And guess what the rest of the news was?
Murder.
Looking for this guy, looking for that guy, shooting today. 80-year-old woman shot to death in her home, blah, blah, blah. This guy, escaped prisoner, looking for this guy. That's all it was. Shooting today over here. That's all you saw. Oh, my God. They're showing pictures, you know, and
Yeah,
police are
it's-
looking. It's all police are looking for this guy, you know, wanted in the shooting death, you know, and then 20 other related crimes. You know,
Yeah.
That's all. It's all the news was. Back to sports, you know. Okay, here's your local weather, and that's it, you know.
But those factories probably have a lot of nice salvage in them. And those theater lights they were pulling out of the rubble there. When they got attacked by the bees. That's funny as shit.
He's never used to bother.
That's the unscripted part of the reality show, you know. Gee, there wasn't supposed to be a bee's nest in there. It's funny they attacked everybody. Guess they lost interest real quick. Whatever was in there they wanted.
I have to show that to Jane. She lived right there. Where I probably, you know, went to that theater. Probably sat in that very bench.
Yeah, no.
I bet you she did.
That one with the cars was nice, though.
Oh my God! How many millions of dollars worth of cars?
Not about millions of dollars. Well, they really didn't show all the cars. There's definitely some $20,000, $30,000 cars there, yes, but I don't know about it. More than that, they were all Jazz age cars, as far as I could see. You know, between 1920 and 1932 or 33, and maybe one or two a little bit older than that. But they all look pretty nice too. Obviously, well kept inside and everything.
They didn't say where in Jersey. They just said South Jersey.
Oh yeah, they don't want you coming and doing your own picking. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll open a museum or something, who knows? And the basement guy there. Jesus.
God, you know, sell this shit. Yeah. You know, keep some of it, but God, move most of it.
Gets to be a bit much after a while,
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Trust me, it crosses my mind very frequently. Just wishing to just sell fucking everything.
My mom said the same thing. She said, you know, when they first had the house, 20s and 30s, you know, and then she said after a while they become dust collectors, and finally it's like you want to get rid of all this shit.
Yeah.
You know, keep your bed sheets and you know like that.
Yeah,
Goddamn,
necessities of life, get rid of the rest.
Yeah, that's it. She said that's it. You know, wants all this shit. You know.
Especially when I see prices rising on all kinds of shit. I'm like, oh man, I paid $10 for this. Now people pay $1,000 for it. You know, it's like, gee.
Well, more people in the world, and nobody's got nothing. So.
Yeah, so somebody around and. Reading something, somebody's complaining they went to a gun show in upstate New York and they were charging $310 each for Soviet 9130 bolt action Mosin rifles. And
Now is that the one we got the green boxes for after the?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I paid $55 a piece for some rifles like that. I don't think I ever paid for a Soviet refurb like that. I don't think I ever paid more than $80 for one at most.
And then the one at the flea market that was missing the bolt head.
Well, I didn't buy that.
No, but what was he asking for that?
Oh, some ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, like a couple of 300s.
Stupid
You're like,
money, yeah.
And it was
a little too early for that, you know.
It was missing the bolt head, I remember.
Now apparently he's right on in line with it.
Yeah.
But you think about it, I paid $55. Now I can sell it for $300. Damn,
Or more.
You know, not bad at all.
You got 2 green boxes, or
No, I sold one of the boxes. The one that was all splintered up, I sold that one.
which you obviously made your money back on?
Oh yeah. I sold it to a guy who wanted to put a set of photographic lights in it, big lights of some kind. you use for photography. So that's perfect. So just fit just right in there. Is that all yours? And the other one's full of rifles. There's 20 9130s in there.
You paid $50 a piece for it.
Well, not all of them are Soviet refurbs. Some of them are Finnish capture rifles. Other ones are Spanish Civil War capture rifles. Other ones are, you know, stuff like that. So not all of them were $50 rifles. But now, if every one of them is worth at least $310 a piece, that's a hell of a fucking lot of cash sitting right there. Because I was collecting year by year. You know, I got every year from both major arsenals for all of the 1930s and 40s. Until they stopped making them in 1944. I had a lot of the 20s years too. So that's 2 rifles per year from 1926 all the way up to 1944 with extras for specific markings I needed. You know, stuff like that. And a lot of earlier ones going back all the way to 1920. For the 9130. Then I got every year of the M44, which was a 1943 Charles rifle all the way to 1948. Every year of the M38 carbine, which is 1939 to 1945. Hell of a lot of M39s. That's been a $450, $500 rifle for a while now.
What'd you get them for?
Oh, jeez. Under 200 every single one of them.
God.
That's what they sold for back then. And now, of course, very expensive. I gotta figure this was a Finnish army rifle. Finland's army was about 250, 300,000 men tops, of which they were never all armed with M39s. They had a variety of other types of bolt-action Mosin rifle, too. So, you know, it's a very limited number. They imported, I was told, 17,000 back in the early 90s, late 80s. And they've been slowly trickling them out, a couple at a time, you know, little sales and shit. It's one company on Long Island. And now they're about out. And the prices have been skyrocketing for years now.
You got a couple of 3.
Couple 3, I got 18 of them. Yeah. I definitely would like to move some of them, but the only thing is I don't know who to move them to. No, I'm not selling to the public.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't trust people. What are you going to do with it, you know?
Right, yeah. It's like that guy down in Jersey. I never actually talked to him again. I don't know what he ever did with all that stuff. Don't know. 1925 Model T truck. Had that, or he still has it. 63 Chevy Impala SS, black with a red interior.
That's the money car.
All matching numbers.
Yeah.
About 40, 50,000 miles on it. Some other 60s car, and you would bring it to the car show on base. I've never seen it before. I've never actually even heard of this car. I can't remember what it is.
American or British?
No, American. Yeah, big thing.
Chevy, Ford, Mopar.
Jesus. It's getting pretty bad. I don't know. I want to say, I don't know. Chevy, I think. Or it was a GM of some kind. It wasn't a Mopar. I would remember that.
Pontiac, Oldsmobile?
Like that, yeah. It's a turnpike, maybe it was a turnpike cruiser. I don't know.
That would be Ford. That would be Mercury.
It was a GM. That's all I remember. It was a GM of some kind. All mint, all original. All 3 of these cars. Nice. No shop shit here. It's all nice. And then the Model T truck, he bought that from a Ford dealership. And he's got the paperwork for it. It came from a Ford dealership where? Up north somewhere. And they had it for 30 years, and they got it out of a museum. That's where they got it from. Yeah, so it was like, I guess, either whoever originally had it. They said it was he said the original owner, second owner, and then when the third owner got it, he kept it in good condition. Then it went in a museum, and the Ford dealership got it. And they had it for like 30 years, and now he got it. That's the guy with the dyed helmet.
Well, I don't have no dyed helmet, so I don't worry about that. I got the controllers and I got guns. And a few old watches. Would have liked to have kept on collecting watches, but they just got so fucking expensive. When precious metals skyrocketed, so did the cost of watches because of it. It just takes the fun out of it when it becomes all about money. You know, thousands of dollars of this, hundreds of fuck that. You're afraid to play with it then, you know? You don't want to use it, you don't want to fuck with it because you're talking real money now. And that's the same thing with the guns. There's guns that I simply will not shoot because I know that any damage I put on that weapon is going to cost hundreds of dollars, you know?
Yeah.
So why risk it? And I got cheaper crap to shoot.
What was the most abundant ammo back in the 80s and the early 90s?
Everything.
All of it?
All of it, yeah.
And then after Newtown?
Yep.
No more.
Well, a lot of surplus had disappeared long before that, but after Newtown, a lot of commercial ammunition disappeared, and 22 became like money.
Yeah, and you said, because I remember you said, nah, you'll never see that go up, and then sure enough, it did, and it did. It went up. Ready for the warm weather, somewhat. Or at least it won't be 5 below anyway, you know, if anything else. Damn. Oh, okay.
What's the matter?
I thought the light wasn't going to trip. weird with lights on over there, you know? You know, I'm just not used to seeing that.
Yeah. All right, Scott. I guess I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks, yep. Gotta go.
Have a good trip. Oh, maybe by then, Walking Dead will have resumed.
Yes.
2 weeks, it probably will have, yeah. Alrighty. Mr. Tiger is sure to be waiting.